So Clara, let me start with you. This is your baby. We spoke to Emma, and she talked about like knowing you in New York and working with Vera Boulder and getting this process started. So let
Mhm.
me ask you, was this always going to be a film with you and your dad?
In my mind, that's always how I'd pictured it when I started thinking of the concept. We didn't know if we could get him though, but we
Very
did.
expensive.
Yeah. So that was definitely my goal, and Nick Cage was busy, so that's just
Oh God.
uh
Uh, yeah.
yeah.
All right, so continuing on that thread, you guys are working together. Your father and daughter, and obviously it's an acting set, it's a professional working environment. But anytime I spend more than like half an hour with my father, there's always some headbutting going on. So was there any like peace treaty made before to not take anything personal into the movie, or was everything like always professional on set for you both?
We
Yeah.
were having a great time, I think. I think that there wasn't yeah, no, you go, Dad.
Yeah, there was no need for I think we were there for each other and with each other every step of the way. And I was so proud of Clara for having achieved this, very difficult task of getting a movie made. We were on set there because Clara dreamt up this story and had it written and produced it and found a crew, and I was so proud of her. And there was never any. I mean, if anything, there was just encouragement all the time. Go for it and go. Not to hold back, because some of the nature of some of the scenes are very, would be upsetting things to say to your dad or to hear from your daughter. And so though in those moments, there was always just like, just a complete encouragement to go for it. And yeah, but it was wonderful to play together. It was just an amazing opportunity to spend that time together and to live in those scenes together. It was just brilliant. I mean, it was great acting by Clara. I had no idea really till I was there in it with her. I was like, wow, okay,
I
okay,
forced
very good.
all of this. I'm joking.
What?
I said I forced you to say all of
Yeah,
this.
I've got it. What was the other thing I had to say?
All right, so the film tackles addiction, and it deals with it in a very, very realistic and very powerful way. And I've read from the press notes and previous interviews that obviously this doesn't have anything to do with your personal relationship as father and daughter, but there has to be some kind of research or something that gives realism to the story. So talk about preparing for those scenes, because some of those scenes are really powerful, very impactful, and very, very real. So how do you prepare to play an addict and then be the addict, a father of an addict, both of you?
Yeah, I think my perspective on it is it's very interesting, because it's not somebody who's living on the street. We have ideas of what somebody's rock bottom should be, and the truth is, addiction is so layered and multi-layered, and people can have problems with alcohol and drugs, and you might not know. You might not even know about it. It doesn't have to be that somebody's homeless or in hospital, or it can just be people who are suffering from addiction. And that's what I like about it, is that it's sort of like her aspect. Her opinion is that this is every day. This is what all my friends are like. This is not a problem. It's not an issue. And from his standpoint, as somebody who is sober, is like, he can see that it is a problem. It is an issue. And I like that about it. It's going to speak to a lot of people, I think, in that respect.
Yeah, I hope it
Clara,
can
what about
speak
your
to,
preparation?
um, you know, I think that for me it was more about tapping into a version of myself when I was younger that didn't know really who I was yet, and didn't feel comfortable in my own skin, and was lashing out, and was finding, you know, other ways to cope, and with whatever it was. So I think it's also was more tapping into that level of the emotion, of the kind of um desperation you can feel when you can't kind of really express yourself yet, or know who you are in that. yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Emma because I mean she's had a lot of work as a director, but this is her debut feature. And the film I saw it cold surprised me with its visual style. There is an artistic flair as you both go on this like Homeric odyssey and like meet all these freaky people. The tow truck driver, which I think is Vera, I thought was your producing partner was absolutely hilarious. So talk about working with her because Clara, in one sense, you're a new actor and a new producer, and Ewan, you're a very, very, experienced veteran actor. What was it like dealing with her for both of you?
So so Vera actually played the woman in the parking lot. The tow truck driver is actually Vera's mother-in-law, Jake's mom. Jake had the clown outfit on. So there's a lot of family ties going on. But it was amazing working with Emma. I think one thing that has always stood out to me before, I really dug into her work was her aesthetics and her worlds, these kind of elevated, stylized worlds that are still somehow super rooted in reality. And so I loved her vision for it. I also, the ideas that she brought forward for the film and how she envisioned it was perfect. And definitely, was a greater than anything I could have ever thought up myself. So it was amazing working with her. It's a very cool story that Emma, directed the first movie that Vera was ever in. So they have that connection, and we had, known each other for a while now. So it was a lot of fun.
She's
What about
very
you,
good
Ewan?
director. She's a brilliant director, and she was courageous, and not. She was courageous in terms of the work before we started shooting. She had very firm ideas about the script. There were some like changes that she implemented, and she was like really gently confident in them, and she was right.
Yeah.
And on set as well, she just has a way of, and it is artistry. She's got real artistry, and she had a great touch, and it was impressive to see a young woman in that role you're just making it happen, like and leading the crew. It was a very young female driven movie all round. It was just brilliant to see and to feel that that sort of power on the set was great.
So, most of the intimate action, between you and Clara takes place, in the truck when they're driving. And those are very beautifully shot and cut scenes from Emma. And she spoke a lot about that. And she gave you a lot of credit for your driving. She was like, Ewan's basically a stunt driver. We were able to do a lot of those tight cut scenes with her and the DP in the back seat holding some fucking small camera because you were able to drive while doing the
Yeah.
scenes. So my
Oh,
question
you
to you
just make
is
it
number
nice.
one, talk about filming those intimate scenes. And number two, Ewan, I'm a huge fan of your motorcycle docs, long
Yeah.
way down and long way around. Are we ever going to see you on a bike again?
Yes. Watch this space. Watch this space. I mean, the last one we did, the last trip in 2019, we got in just before the pandemic, long way up, and God, what a good timing! Like we're lucky to finish, in December 2019, and by March 2020 we were shut down, weren't we? So, and then by the time we had edited it and got it out, everyone had been in lockdown for a year, and so there was this travel show that everyone was so ready for. Yeah, it was really lucky. So we're definitely doing more. I'm not able to talk about it at the moment, but just watch this space here. And then that absolutely influences because I've spent, we've done 3 long trips, me and Charley riding our bikes with cameras. So we're just so used to like riding up close to the camera and like overtaking, like whatever it be, it's sort of second nature to us now. I should touch wood immediately because that is a dangerous thing to say. So when it comes to driving a car on a film set, it's sort of pretty much, I feel like I am quite good. I quite like it. I also really like it. I like driving anyway. So, but I didn't do all the driving. Sometimes the car was on a low loader, and that was nice because we just got loads of time.
Yeah.
When the car was resetting, the sun's coming in from this side, so you're only shooting going that way, and then to do the reverses, you know, you have to take the car back to the same stretch of road over and over. So Clara and I just got like 15 minutes to chat, and
we had the greatest transpo team, I gotta say, as well.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, our transpo team was amazing, especially with a movie like this. You know, it's an indie and we're in this old truck that we're just praying doesn't break down, but they were incredible.
No money.
Awesome. Thank you both.
They never did break down that truck. Thanks, Julian.
Great movie. Cheers.
Thanks, man. Take care.